That guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He gave the free book.
Yeah. It's like, oh, YouTube's so simple to get 1 million subscribers. Like, why isn't everyone doing it? Duh. All right. Cool. All right. Well, welcome to the FunnelFlow Mastermind. We got a few new faces here. I don't know. People are sleeping in today, or they're going to watch the recap. But you guys are the motivated moneymakers because you are here right now.
Right.
Good to see you all. So why don't we just kind of go around the room, introduce ourselves and just briefly what our business is. Then we'll jump in to the topic today. Got some exciting stuff to share. And hopefully you find it valuable. So we'll just start with Afra.
Hi, I'm Afra. I'm a direct response copywriter. I help I help digital marketing ad agencies and sales funnel agencies write their copy and launch their funnels. That's my pitch, Caleb. It's getting better.
It's good.
Nice.
That is so much more refined from like I write like copy and stuff for people who need to read things.
Well, thanks to you, like I'm working on my elevator pitch. So
Nice.
You've come a long way. You've come a long way in a few short months. So
He has to show her video too.
okay, we'll
I
do
haven't
that.
seen it on here yet.
We'll do that later.
yeah.
Aaron, our first timer, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aaron from Toronto. It's my first funnel hacking. My background's in pharmacy. So I owned a chain of pharmacies. I sold all of the pharmacies except one, and I'm trying to figure out what my next move is. So I don't have a funnel ready business yet, but I think I'm working on 2 or 3. I am working on 2 or 3 of them. So we'll sort of, once I have a product, then I'll be ready to market it. But until then,
Nice.
I'm just getting a head start on learning the marketing piece.
Good.
I used to be a pharmacy tech.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Name your price today to be a pharmacy tech.
Oh, I have no idea. It's
No,
been
I'm
like
saying
20
you
years.
could name your price because there's
Oh.
such a supply shortage of pharmacy technicians in certain
Oh.
markets that.
Wow.
Steve was also a street pharmacist too.
Yes,
He was
I sure
very
was.
well respected.
Yeah, I definitely named my price. I definitely named my price.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Aaron. Soaking in. Love to meet with you one-on-one just to kind of hear everything that's going on in your brain. I'm sure there's a lot in there. Sandra, our other Canadian, our lovely Canadian friend.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. Hi, Aaron. I'm in Belleville, Prince Edward County, with all the wineries.
Oh, I know where you are. Sure.
I am Coach Sandra, compassionate queen of straight talk, who helps you speak up, show up, stand up, and live life full out with confidence. Confidence in everything but techie stuff. So thank you for you guys being around. Happy to be here.
And if you didn't know it, the pink hair is actually natural. That's not a dye.
Yes, I have to paint in the gray. It's quite a challenge.
Yeah, it's crazy. Showtime or show up.
Hey, hi, what's up, people? My name is Shoaib, but since people have tough time pronouncing my name, they call me Showtime.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And the name was kept by our very own mastermind, Caleb, and everybody loved it and they picked it up. So coming to the point, I'm a funnel designer, funnel builder. I design in a tool called Figma, and I build mostly in ClickFunnels, and mostly I'm trying to master Go High level also right now. So yeah, things are pretty much going on, and currently assisting Caleb with his funnels. So hit me up if you need any help with funnel redesign or want to launch your offer in the market. I'll be happy to help. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, Steve.
All right. I'm Steve Izaki, and when I'm not building award-winning digital marketing agencies, I help purpose-driven visionary artistpreneurs with personal and professional development so they can use their talents to have more time, money, and freedom to make the world a better place.
Welcome,
Boom.
Steve. Welcome.
Boom.
Hi.
Yeah, artistpreneurs. I love that.
Sir.
Yeah, no more starving artists. We don't
Nope.
do that.
Nope. Feed the artists.
We love you, Steve. Mr. Smith,
Love
Jason.
you.
My name is Jason Fitzgerald Smith. I am the founder of the Beautiful Hospice Foundation, and I change people's false belief that hospice is about living, actually, and not about dying. So
Nice.
That's good, man.
Nice.
That's awesome. All right, Reverend Craig.
I'm Craig. When I'm not raising award-winning kids, I edit videos, and I work for a ministry called Legacy Minded Men. We're a content producing ministry. So I'm the global director. I connect our videos, our content to guys around the world and here in the United States.
Yeah.
The global director. Man, I need to increase my title. I love that.
I just made it up, so it's pretty easy.
No,
Just
Oh,
so
that
you
was
can-
off the
great.
cuff. That was very off the cuff.
Yeah, no, that's good. Mike the Man Ortiz. What's up?
Right.
Wait a minute. How do you follow global? I mean, come on. That's awesome though. Yeah,
You're the international director of Activate Mavericks.
Action.
Heavenly,
Come on
maybe.
now. Come
Maybe
on.
heavenly.
Love that. Love that. This is the real deal. We help Maverick entrepreneurs. These are warrior mindsets, right? That change the world. And what we do is we brand, build, and launch their multi-million-dollar businesses online. That's what we do.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Come on.
All right. Awesome. Well,
Come on, Mike.
so glad to have everyone here this morning. If your camera is off, I assume that you want to just hide. If you want to come pop up and say hello, that'd be
Hey,
great.
Liv. Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt, but I
Uh-huh.
met you
All right. Hey,
for
Don.
such a short period of time. Can you just take 2 minutes and walk through what you do and what your expertise is and how we can best work together? Because for the newbies on the call, I think it would be helpful to just refresh that.
Yeah, actually, I've prepared some slides.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
He
So
never fails to show up right.
yeah, that's right. I
Instant
anticipated
gratification.
that. And so I just wanted everyone to say hello. And then I'll kind of go into my backstory and what the FunnelFlow Mastermind is and what its purpose is, right? So, and Don, you turn your camera on, so say hello. Tell us about yourself. I know about you, but
Unmute.
yeah, we're not good lip readers.
There. Unmute, Don.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dawn Marie Alexander Borsico, and I am the proud owner of an Uncommon Voice Coaching and Consulting. My goal is to help people align their voice to their values.
Ooh.
That is good.
Ooh, that's sweet.
Love that.
That's
All
wonderful.
right. Aaron popped off for a minute. Let me pull my slides on.
no, I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't want to go into my spiel with you away. Okay. So, all right. So this slide is a condensed version of a webinar I'm putting together. But I think it'll kind of give you a high level overview of who I am, what I do. Welcome to the FunnelFlow Mastermind, September 28th, 2022. The topic of today's call is we're going to do a little recap of Funnel Hacking Live 2022, 4 days of marketing goodness. Mike was there, Steve was there, Aaron was there, Bobby was there. Wow, it was awesome. I have my top 3 takeaways, and I want to hear from the group who were there. Like, what were your takeaways? What inspired you? What do you want to implement? Right? All that head knowledge is great, but unless we implement it, unless we take action on it, it's just like brain candy, right? And I love brain candy, but you can't put that in the bank. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Caleb Christensen. I've been a lifelong entrepreneur. I don't always wear a jean jacket, but when I do, I look really good in it. And so I've been a lifelong entrepreneur. I was the kid mowing the neighbor's lawn. I was getting a job when I was 14. I was doing the paper route, and I was always kind of looking for that extra side hustle, right? My dad was an entrepreneur, had a successful seminar business, and it was just modeled to me from a very young age. And I thought, I just saw a different way to produce income. So that was planted in me at an early age. But I also had this call to ministry where I wanted to work overseas as a missionary and just tell people about Jesus. So I kind of went down this institutional path of I'm going to become a nurse so I can do medical missions overseas, but I still have this like yearning inside me. as an entrepreneur? Has anyone ever felt just kind of like that split? Like you feel like this purpose driven, but you also have this like intense interest in something you can't shake, right? Anyone ever felt that? Yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
Just a tad bit.
that's how I was. I'm like, okay, I kind of like feel called into ministry, but there's this business thing that I really love, right? And so this was my struggle for many years. And I think as entrepreneurs, we question our path. It's like, I know I should do this, but man, I really want to do this, right? And and I couldn't figure out how to marry them together. Somewhere in this journey, I read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Anyone read this book before?
Yep.
Change your life, ruin your life. You will
Yep.
never look at finances again the same way. And basically the premise of this book is don't sell your time, sell something outside of your time to produce income for yourself. All right. And the rich dad and the poor dad, his rich dad was a business owner, who was his best friend's dad, and his poor dad was his paternal father, who he loved, he had a good relationship with, but his path to success was all about education and working hard and, climbing up the ladder. But it really, it didn't produce that time freedom and that lifestyle that Robert wanted, that his rich dad modeled. So I read this book when I was 17. I was too broke and too cheap to actually buy the book. I went to Barnes and Noble and I just read it on consecutive days. I didn't even check it out at the library. I was so enthralled by it because he was really speaking to me, something that was deep inside my soul. You need to build something outside of yourself, right? So if you read this book, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, you need to read it. So I had this I was always on the lookout for an opportunity. Any opportunity hunters out there? What's the next thing, right? So I was on the lookout for opportunity without even realizing it. I went to a conference in San Francisco. It wasn't a conference, it was a car show. And I stepped out of the car show and I saw this hot dog cart perfectly positioned. This is an actual photo of the event with me right there. I went to the car show, got a hot dog, and I'm just sitting there on the stoop looking at this guy making money hand over fist. I was probably 18 or 19 years old. I'm like, hey, this cart must cost $1,000 or $2,000, and he's probably making that much tonight. I should look into this, right? I can sell hot dogs. So I got this idea in my head, and I got a business partner. I convinced my dad to loan me some money, and we started selling hot dogs, right? And we found a street corner, but we struggled, right? We couldn't find a really busy street corner like that conference. The whole dream that I had sold myself, and as entrepreneurs, we have to sell ourselves first. It didn't work out. I could barely sell $50 to $75 worth of hot dogs in a day. I couldn't make my payments. I was stuck. Anyone ever felt stuck? Right?
Yep.
You have the dream, you have the vision, you're going after it, and then it's oh, this is not working like I wanted, right?
Yeah.
So I realized right then and there, I needed to pivot. I needed to try something different, but I didn't quite know what yet, right? And this whole internet thing was up and coming. It was 2003, and I thought, okay, well, I'll make a little website, and I made a free website on Google, and and then Google, it says, hey, do you want to run some ads, right? Yeah, so this is me. Really frustrated. I couldn't sell any hot dogs, and I didn't really know what to do. And so I made this website. This is an actual screenshot of the website right there. And then I set up a Google ad account. And then literally the next day, I got a phone call for someone who wanted me to come do her party. And I went from barely making, I think the best day I had vending, I did $100 in sales. I went from $100 a day in 6 or 7 hours of work to $300 in an hour, right?
Wow.
Doing a party. And I went, oh, this is different, right? Has anyone ever bumped into something and then it's wow, I can't believe I ever did it another way, right? You discover an easier way of doing something and you're wow. And so,
Yes.
As a result of this simple ad campaign, I went from, this basically paid my way through nursing school. We catered for Stanford, Apple, all kinds of businesses, downtown San Francisco, TiVo. Anyone ever had a TiVo?
Oh
I had the
yeah.
first
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Love
TiVo,
TiVo.
right? I sold them. I gave them hot dogs, right?
Good.
And I really learned firsthand the power of digital marketing, and it wasn't complicated, right? I didn't have this fancy ad campaign. I maybe bought a few keywords that said like hot dog cart catering, and I just ran it around San Jose, San Francisco area, and then people called me, right? And it was pretty much that simple. And this was me, an actual picture after my campaign started working, right? All right. If I had a prize, I would give it to you. Who can guess the most amount of hot dogs I served in one sitting?
400.
1,000.
2550.
2550 is this? This is Price is Right rules. So if you go over, you lose.
One hot dog. No, I'm teasing.
One hot dog. Okay.
700.
All right. Showtime. What do you think?
I think 10.
10. If we're in America, Showtime, come on.
Yeah.
I think
I'm gonna say 301.
5,000. I served 5,000 hot dogs in one single sitting. So who guessed
How
2550?
did you do?
I
How
was
did you have all
close.
that
I said
with you?
1,000.
Who said 2550?
I did.
Don, that was Don.
All right, Don, gold star. You get a free hot dog. You know what? You can go to Costco and give them a coupon, and they'll sell you a hot dog for $1.50. So you're welcome.
Wow.
Oh, that was a joke. Never mind. It didn't work.
Showtime.
Makes sense to you, Caleb.
Okay, so
Showtime. If he only sold 10, he ate them.
yeah, so the California Nurses Association, they were having some big, we hate the government rally, and they said, hey, will you come serve hot dogs for us? I'm like, okay, how many people? 5,000. I went, oh yeah, I could totally do that. Yeah, sure. I'm looking at my tiny little hot dog cart going like, when you step out into digital marketing and you start to get bigger deals, it stretches you. It stretches you really quickly, right? Anyone ever felt stretched, right?
Yeah.
So but we figured it out, right? I got a whole bunch of rentals. I called every person I know and I go, I need your help. We set up all these different food stations and it worked, right? And we served all those people in 15 minutes. But I really found through this, it was the power of having a simple marketing system, right? So it's really, here's how it broke down. My dream client was someone who liked hot dogs. Okay. That's pretty broad, right? And I published an ad on Google AdWords. Hey, do you want a hot dog cart to come to your event? Yeah. People click it. They come to my website. I didn't even have like an email capture. I had like a contact form or something. And that was, hey, literally that is still my cell phone number. That's funny. 650-906-3880. Yeah. So, yeah. So they contacted me and I closed them on the phone. This was a marketing system. That's it. It was simple. It worked. It paid my way through nursing school.
Wow.
And this was the first time that I really went, this whole digital marketing thing is pretty powerful. But it was so powerful, I didn't even realize it. Like it was just like happening to me, but I wasn't realizing what was happening, right? Has anyone ever been caught in the middle of something and not really realize what's going on until you look backwards and went, oh, wow, that was kind of significant. Yeah, Steve, what's your question?
Yeah, that seems like that's been my MO.
Yeah. It's like you look backwards and you go, man, if only I knew actually what was happening, I could have maybe capitalized on it a little bit more, but you're just so in the mix that you don't kind of really realize what's going on. So this is my first attempt at digital marketing. I graduated nursing school. I kind of went on with my life. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the story where I started to blog and a podcast, and I really just learned how to build an audience online. I got comfortable with the tools, but I'm still working as a nurse, right? I still have that call between two worlds of what do I do? Okay, fast forward to 2017, feeling stuck in the institution. Anyone ever felt stuck? Feeling stuck in the institution. And then my friend says, hey, I lost my job. And I went, interesting. And the economy at the time, he couldn't find any work that would really support his family. And he had a little nest egg he was living off of. And I said, you know what? Screw that. Let's start a business, right? I was looking for that next opportunity. And then looking for that next opportunity, and a nurse's assistant I work with said, hey, you should start a junk removal business. I had helped her with her resume, so she knew I was an entrepreneur. And that was like one of my side hustles I had going on, helping nurses with the resume. And she goes, you should start a junk removal business, like totally out of the blue. I'm like, what? Junk removal? What do you mean? Like garbage man? And she's like, no. Here's what you do. You get a truck. It's a really complicated business. You get a truck, you go to someone's house, and you put junk in the truck, and you go to the dump, and they pay you. And that's it. And you do that over and over again. I go, it's interesting. I could understand that business model, right? That makes sense to me. She went into it a little bit deeper. Her grandma died. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to spare you. I'll spare you the whole backstory. She sold me on the idea. And then I sold my friend on the idea. I said, hey, let's just get a trailer. We'll pull it behind my Jeep. We don't even have a truck. We'll just get a cheap trailer off Craigslist, paint it. I don't know what I was thinking with the whole like orange creamsicle thing going on here. I'm not exactly a designer like Mike, but this is it. I built up the sidewalls. There was no wood on it. It was just a metal frame, painted it. Yeah. I had this color scheme in mind. It didn't work out, but anyway, we bought that, and then we put a few posts on Facebook, and then we immediately got some people said, hey, help us clean out our garage. So this is our first junk removal job. This is me at the dump. This is me after literally unloading. So has anyone ever moved a drywall before?
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Aaron, you ever demoed something? No, it's heavy. It is heavy. It's gypsum, which is basically rock pulverized and squished into a, flat. And this whole thing, this whole junk room, this whole trailer was filled to the top with drywall. And it was completely overloaded. I thought it was going to blow the springs, but I didn't know what I was doing. I'm a shoot first, aim later type of individual. And yeah, so we loaded it up. That was my first job. We charged $400 and we probably paid $200 in dump fees, and it ruined my whole Saturday. And it was the horrible, worst day ever, but we had our first job. Right. And I thought for sure the trailer was going to bust. And we kind of coasted like that for a little bit, friends and family and a few Facebook posts and some word of mouth. And like very quickly, the whole dream that we'd sold ourselves, like back to that hot dog thing, we had sold ourselves like, hey, you're going to make six figures cleaning out garages. Okay. Like the dream we had sold ourselves quickly was fading. Right. Sound familiar? Like, oh, this time it'll be different. Anyone ever said that? This time will be different. And
I'm still saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fading. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I took a moment and I kind of looked back. I've been doing business stuff for a while. I looked back in time and I thought, what worked before, right? I don't need to reinvent something. Like what worked before? And I went, I need an ad campaign. All right. Mm-hmm. So we went to work. I built traffic. All right. So I built a Google My Business. I did Facebook posts. I had Google AdWords. We were buying Yelp ads. We were buying traffic on Thumbtack, which is a little home services thing. All right. My dream client, they had junk in the garage, not complicated. Okay. We captured their information on a very simple landing page where they could request a quote. Right. So just, hey, tell me what you have, put submit. Because my dream client, what they wanted to know the most was the price. Right. They already had the junk. All they cared about at that moment was the price. And so that's what I served up to them. Like, hey, I'm going to tell you what the price is. Just give me your information. Right. And so we were getting quote requests all the time. And we went from $2,000 to $3,000 a month passively, word of mouth, to the moment we plugged it into a system, right? Publish, capture, nurture, and it was all connected and rolling. We went from, I don't want to say zero sales, but like $2,000 or $3,000 a month to 100, to six figures in 10 months.
Yes. Wow. Yes.
Amazing. And it wasn't complicated.
It was just a month in 10 months.
No, I'm sorry. we went to about
Six figures,
$12,000 a month is what we got it up to. So we added $10,000 a month. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And it was just because we had it plug into this system, and I got it so dialed in. I was so proud of myself that I had a third party phone answering service. So the inbound phone calls, they would answer it. It was 24/7. If you can see in the top right, accepting calls 24/7, because sometimes we would miss phone calls, and I'm like, oh, that is money lost, right? Because I was working in the hospital. My buddy Brian, he was unloading a truck, and it's really hard to hold a phone while you're unloading thousands of pounds of trash, right?
Yep.
Or cleaning out a hoarder's house. I have some stories I can tell you later. Yeah, and we were missing opportunities. So the follow-up, the nurture, I had set up a basically phone answering service where they answered all the calls. They took them through a script. They gave them a very general pricing. And then they actually booked an appointment on my calendar for us to perform the service. And I got to the point where I would see a click come through the ad. And I would look at my ad account. I see a click come through. I would see we had a call transferred. And then a few moments later, I would have an appointment show up. It was like magic. It was just like money. I could just hear the cash register ringing because it was an automated system. It wasn't one-off tactics. Does that make sense? Right? It was a connected system, interconnected, and it wasn't just a one-off tactic. Right? So marketing today, and a lot of where people fail in marketing is they obsess about a tactic. Like, oh, I need to figure out Facebook ads. All right. You can figure out Facebook ads, but if it's not connected together, you're kind of screwed, right? You can get a ton of traffic and a ton of clicks, but if you're not capturing that information, if you don't have a follow-up, if you don't have a back-end offer, like, you're just wasting money, right? Or you have a website or a follow-up, but you have no traffic, then you're just as bad off. Okay. So looking back, so then long story short, I lost my business partner. I can't do this anymore. We scaled the business kind of to my knowledge level. And really that's where I met Russell Brunson and started reading his books and learned about how do you use funnels to capture the client, but then also ascend that client. So not landing a customer to make a sale, but we're making a sale to get a customer. You see the difference? Right? Because customers you can serve for life, right? If you're just trying to always sell, if every time you make a sale, you have to find a new customer, you're going to be stuck. And that's where we got stuck in the junk removal business. And that's what led me on this path, my walkabout. And for a couple years, I was reading books. I was helping I was helping my friend with his funnels. And I really, really developed this concept of I call this the minimum viable marketing flywheel, right? It's making sure businesses have this in place so that as they implement new tactics, so let's say they start adding TikTok ads, right? Or, a webinar funnel or something, like, no matter what tactics you layer onto it, as long as it's connected in the system, it's only going to grow your business, right? And after the junk removal business went away, I realized that I don't need a business. I don't need a truck, because I now understand the system, and there's plenty of people that need help creating a marketing system to reach their dream clients, right? And so we started meeting. So this is the long answer to your question, Aaron. What is the FunnelFlow Mastermind? I started meeting on a weekly basis. It just started with some of my friends, and then it just grew from there, helping them implement funnels into their business to grow their business, right? And it was through doing this through several clients. Same thing. I just kind of started blindly working at it, helping with funnels. And then I realized that, okay, even if our funnels are working, like we're getting leads, if we don't have a follow-up system, it's like I forget. Every time I do this again, it's like I forget. Anyone have the attention span of a goldfish, right? We do something that works, and then we try something else and we forget what it just worked, right? And then it's like, duh, right? Maybe I should just do what works, right? So now now I've learned, right, that anybody I help, what I do is I make sure they have this system in place, right? And it could be simple, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. And so really what the FunnelFlow Mastermind is all about is helping people get their minimum viable marketing set up in place, right? Get it something working, and then we can build upon it. Then we can try some fancy tactics. But a lot of people, they just, yeah. So
Caleb,
yeah.
that looks like those little fidgets. You need
Yep,
to have those
sure
fidgets
does.
with that on there.
Oh yeah.
Spin,
I should
yeah.
get a
Yes.
custom
Spin.
fidget.
Yes.
That'll
that
be your-
would perfect.
You should make one, Caleb.
Yeah, it'll
And
be
then when
your
you get it
animated logo.
whirling, you know you have to keep it whirling. So you have to keep capturing.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Dawn Marie. I want you to know what you just presented right there was like reading a scripture in the Bible one year and then reading it the next year and having your mind blown.
Yeah.
I have been through so many small business programs and startup programs, and never, I can pretty much say never, has anybody laid out a marketing like that to help people get off the ground. That was freaking amazing, dude. That was like anointed. So thank you so much for that.
Well, thank you.
Do it, Caleb.
So good.
Thank you.
Keep it coming, Caleb.
Yeah, you're rocking, dude. That was like, no wonder I'm sitting here in this position. You just, wow, my mind is blown right now. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And what I didn't say is that's the perfect webinar. And we also teach that here. It's sharing your story, sharing your journey of discovery, how you discovered it is what you teach and what you're passionate about. And then I didn't tell you to have that thought. I didn't tell you to have that epiphany. As a result of me sharing that story, you had it yourself, and it's much more powerful. All right. If I simply said, Dawn Marie, this is the most powerful marketing system you will ever see in your life. And you'd be like, oh, okay, Caleb, whatever, But if I share that story, how it changed my life, how it changed my business, you can have that epiphany yourself. Right. And so anyway, read expert secrets. So, thank you for sharing that, though, by the way. So all that leads me into why are we here today? Really to answer Aaron's question. I mean, a few reasons. One, tactically, I am passionate about helping business owners get their message out to the world. I don't care if you're a window washer, a coach, a pharmacist, right? Like whatever it is that you have created that you want to share with the world, a land clearer, Bobby, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you've created, you've done that for a reason, right? Whether it's to fund your own dreams, whether it's because you're just passionate about it, like you want to help people in a certain way, like Steve, you want to help artists. Like a lot of people have that passion. Like I want to just sell hot dogs to the world, right? That was my 19-year-old brain. Like I just want to sell a bunch of hot dogs, but I didn't know where to start. And thank God I bumped into something that worked, right? But a lot of people don't have that. It just
Drive and desire, really.
Well, they don't have someone to show them the way, so they're just trying things, right? And it's not working. So, yeah. So I've been so passionate about the FunnelFlow Mastermind because I want to help people with something that really helps people. And I know they say niche down and serve a very tiny amount of people. Like I only sell to one-armed golfers, right? But I haven't been able to do that because the people I want to serve are people who like hanging out with me, right? So I don't care what you do, right? I don't care if you're an artistpreneur or a brick and mortar or you have some random business, right? I don't care. Like if you have something you believe in, I want to help you find the customers that need your service. That's my niche. Okay.
So your niche is just really people that you're going to describe by personality and, they're creative and bold and searching, that type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. My niche are people who are like my weird personality. Right. And I'm okay with that for now. Maybe I'll refine that later, but this is what I am for right now. So I made the FunnelFlow Mastermind just to help people connect their message to their market, right? Like Dan Kennedy talks about. And our core values here is we're entrepreneurial in spirit. All right. So we're all entrepreneurs. We're painfully transparent. So we're going to share our stuff right? Because holding it deep inside, like Africans say, like that doesn't help anybody, right? All right, we're selfish, then we're selfless. I want people to come into this mastermind like kind of broken. What? Well, not, I don't want them coming broken. Like I want them to be okay with being the center of attention, right? Because it's really easy to be overwhelmed and you don't want to take up the spotlight and you apologize and I'm sorry. And, you know, I don't want this to be about me. It's not about that, right? People don't go to the hospital and then apologize to the doctors for being so needy. Well, some do. But my point is like, it's okay. Just get better, get healthy, get your business up and going, get your marketing rolling, get that cash register ringing so that you can now help other people. So now you can help who you're called to serve. Impossible is a 4-letter word. I believe there's a path to every dream. I believe there's a funnel to for every business, right? So Bobby, I was talking to him yesterday. He had a little bit of funding gap and went on the spot, like, hey, let's make he had this idea for a funnel. We rapped about it for a little bit. And it's like every business problem, there's a solution for it. And there's been people before us who have overcome it, right? There's nothing new under the sun. And we're relentlessly driven, all right? So daily action, right? This is not a flash in the pan type of group. This is not a get rich quick group. This is like, hey, let's build a business together, arm in arm. And if that takes 3 months or 3 years, doesn't matter. We're in it for the long haul, okay? All right, our mission is to create profitable marketing systems powered by funnels, right? What is a funnel? It is an irresistible offer on a simple landing page. That's it, all right? Tailored to your dream client. Now, there's a lot more nuance that goes into it, but that's what it is at its core. Like create something so awesome that your dream client wants it and put it on a landing page and give them an ability to take it, right?
Yes.
Right. The vision is that we are the community that every business leader needs to heal, grow, thrive, and give back, right? So and our purpose is we exist to turn entrepreneurs into business owners and business owners into change makers. And
Yes.
I'm experiencing this transformation right now. Entrepreneur, like this is a doer, right? You're doing, you have a vision, you're trying things, you're failing, you're going after it, right? But anyone ever felt that before? Like I'm not.
That's me.
I'm not Don Marie. I'm not satisfied with just collecting a paycheck and breathing, right? Where I worked for 11 years, people just, it's like once they got into that position, they've arrived. I don't have to try anymore. I just need to show up and breathe and I'll collect my pension one day and I'll retire, right? I'm going to do my job, but that's it, right? You are lucky to have me. Okay. Entrepreneurs are looking for new problems to solve. They're building, they're growing, right? But there's a transition from entrepreneur to business owner, right? The entrepreneur is that I'm going to do everything. I'm going to wear 17 hats. You can't live like that long term. You're going to burn out, right? So there's that transition of like entrepreneur, you're going to build your marketing system, right? Then you're going to put systems in place and then you're going to be a business owner. You can manage it. You can watch, you can look over it, right? You can go home at 5 o'clock and you don't have to work and grind until 11:30 at night, right? That transition, I want to help everyone, including myself, make that transition, right? And then as you're a business owner, now you have time to go like do what you're really passionate about, right? You want to volunteer at the Crisis Pregnancy Center, you want to go work overseas, or you want to philanthropy, that's where that transition happens, right?
Yes.
So that's my URL to join. Okay. I'm not going to, this isn't a big pitch right now, but this is, yeah. So anyway, that was a really long answer to Aaron's short question. Who am I? What am I doing? But I think it's worth going through again. Like, why are we here? I'm 100% focused on growing this group. But I want it grown the right way. I want the people coming here growing, inspired, moving forward. Yeah, so that's the reason I shared all that with you. So that's kind of my story. Any thoughts or questions? And then we're kind of running low on time, but I want to share my quick takeaways from Funnel Hacking Live.
That was awesome, Caleb. And
Yeah.
all of us that go to Funnel Hacking Live, we've been part of the tribe, going to ClickFunnels and all about that, little bit nerdy. this has been something eye-opening for the average person who may not know too. I think funnels, what is a funnel? And that you made me bring it up like, oh yes, you know what? Wait a minute. We know what it is, but does everybody here also go, wow, what does that mean for you? And that meme pops in my head of like this person was like taking the funnel, right? And she's like, this doesn't work. And it's just giant funnel. It's not working. It's just a scam. Here's the thing. If you do it right, the key is to take a person, like you said, through this corridor. I like to put that, and I just wrote it in the chat, corridor, right? And you guide them through to what's perfect for them, right? If that's in simple form, and that person can experience you along the way, their journey attaches to your journey or it doesn't. And then you filter out and you get your ideal person to direct them to your offer. I think that's the magic too. You get to give them something from you, part of you, the whole brand, right? And then the offer that you have for them is their solution to their issues, to their problem. So it's a game changer. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Mike. I want to add to this. Caleb, I like the way you express by saying system, because most of the people, they just focus on one aspect. Like Mike said, they pour all the money into ads, very little into funnels, and they don't look at all, on the email marketing side of things. So I really love the way you are educating people that the whole puzzle is the real deal, the real game. So hats off, man.
Thank you.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
Yep, agreed.
So my takeaways from Funnel Hacking Live 2022. Amazing conference. Who was there?
Woo, 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 woo.
All right. Aaron, did you get your
Yeah.
book of $100 million offers yet?
I did, but it's like number 2 on my list now because I bought like 6 books after our little get together.
Oh yeah. You want Hog Wild. All right. So yeah, amazing conference. My 3 takeaways. All right, there was so much. I felt like I was drinking from a fire hose when I wasn't pitching myself in the hallways, handing out stickers. 3 things. Go buck wild. All right, I'm going to break these down. The secret weapon makes every offer convert better, more money, like all that magic stuff we love about funnels. And the number 3, like the most important one, is roll deep. All right, so I'm going to break this down for you real quick. I got to share my sound because I have a little video clip.
Dumb question. Are you still a nurse, Caleb?
Yep. California registered nurse 743669.
What's your specialty?
Right now I'm in cath lab. So critical care and cath lab.
Oh, wow. Bless your heart.
So if you have a heart attack, come see me.
Well, I used to work neonate ICU and labor and delivery as a unit clerk many years ago.
Well, bless your heart. Yeah. Okay. So
nurses work hard. I know that for a fact.
Sometimes. We're also good at sitting around too.
Yes, they are.
True.
All right. So first one, go hog wild. Okay. What do I mean by that? All right. If in the publishing, right, if we want to get people's attention, we got to go a little crazy, period. Right. So this girl, Kristen Morelli, I dropped the link to her mini course in the chat. Her whole thing was like crazy ads, right? Get over yourself. No, put I don't know how to phrase it. Like, just get over yourself, right? And I'm saying this to myself too. Like, if we want to capture get people's attention, sometimes we need to be a little over the top, right? So let's watch this minute 30-second
And she's got pink hair too.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, Sandra, this is really for you. Okay.
Yes.
Everyone else, I'll let you watch too, but this is for Sandra.
That's always my
Hey,
friend.
artists and musicians. I know a lot of you guys are at home right now, doing nothing, trying to figure out what to do with your time, not promoting your music, maybe writing plastic courses like this one. Or maybe you've learned how to juggle. Or maybe you've learned a new language. Hay una changa embarazada en el baño. Or a lot of you may have even started your own lawn mowing business, but none of that matters if you're not promoting your music. See, a lot of you guys are like Harry over here. Say hello, Harry.
Howdy, y'all.
Now, how long have you been sitting there, Harry?
25 minutes.
A lot of you guys that are watching right now are doing the exact same thing that Harry's doing.
Ain't that the truth, Christine Morel?
You can call me Christine.
All right, Christine Morel.
Now, instead of wasting time doing stuff like this, you could have already have submitted your music to 4,592 blogs and magazines and Spotify playlists that all play music and publish music from independent artists like yourself. And in fact, I put together a list of 4,592 of them. And if you get just one of these blogs to publish your music, you'll potentially reach hundreds to thousands of listeners overnight. So if you're an artist that wants to get your music out there, don't be like Harry.
Hey!
Check the description, click on the link, and let's get your music out there.
Wow.
Hey.
Now, was that a boring ad?
No way.
Oh, no way.
It was
She
ridiculous.
copied the
Oh my
Dollar
God.
Shave Club guy. I don't know if you caught
Kept your
that.
attention from beginning to end.
That was a Dollar Shave Club
Yeah.
format.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of boring, I made her laugh. I told her, after watching her presentation and her video, I said, your hair color is the most boring thing about you.
Nice.
Yeah. So, if you're gonna do this online marketing game, be a little silly. Get out there, right? If you need to get out of your comfort zone, just get over it, right? Be loud, be a little crazy. I printed 1,000
Absolutely.
stickers with my face on it, and it was 4 days of self-deprecating humor, right?
With
But-
freaking laser beams coming out his eyes.
That was
right.
awesome.
yeah. So, any thoughts on this? Let's see, Mike.
Yeah.
You were there. What about this concept of going hog wild?
Yeah, you know what? I just had to be like, I'm gonna take a straw, a giant one, and just suck it up because I'm usually just boom, 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 serious. Just lay it down. Here you do. Let's get you where you need to go. Boost them, encourage them. I gotta stop doing that and think about, wow, suck it up, have fun, right? Enjoy it, enjoy the process. She lit up people, made them laugh without even trying because she's just being herself.
Yep.
Silly, goofy. Her brother was wearing Spider-Man costume and just kept pointing that out during her presentation. I'm like, wow, even that is just out of there, like way out there. But you were cracking up the whole time, like, wow, and you remember her, right? That's key.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was
All right. Moving along. Takeaway number 2, the secret weapon. Okay, if you're offering anything off online, offer something called a premium. Okay. A premium is a free gift with purchase. That's it. Right.
Oh.
They gave Perry Belcher, he's done over $900 million in sales. Everything he sells has some sort of cool freebie that comes with it. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. Right. And it's usually some sort of tchotchke or something like that. That's kind of unrelated. Buy my course and I'll give you this free coffee mug. It's not related to the course, but like, stay caffeinated while you go through my boring marketing course. Buy now, right? Oh, that's a cool mug. I want that, right? We all have tchotchkes and stuff. Give away some tchotchkes, right? So I'm going to share a little clip of when they did a book launch and to a warm audience. And he's talking about Ryan Dice, his old business partner. They went from just a warm audience, a book launch with a miserable like 3.5 conversion rate to what he'll describe here.
Number, but as best I remember, and I've got it written down somewhere, we launched Ryan's book to the list, the Invisible Sales Machine, I think it was called, the book that he wrote, and he was so disappointed because I think we only got like a 3 or 4% conversion rate, the book to the list. And these are people who love Ryan. They're just like Ryan fanatics. They're Ryan fans. And when we added a digital marketer, I'm Smarter t-shirt with the book, we got an 11% conversion to the exact same audience. And the shirt only cost us a couple of dollars to add in, about $4 to add into the shipment. The thing is, there's just something about getting especially a physical thing. Now, companies like Agora, you don't think of them as premium sellers, but they really, really are. The way they sell the same old newsletters over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The only thing that changes with an Agora offer is indeed the premium. So they'll have that special report, Nancy Pelosi's secret to whatever, But at the end of the thing, down on the bottom, they're still just selling the Oxford Club. The offer never changes. What they're selling never, ever, ever changes. The only thing that changes is the premium. And when I work with Agora now as a partner, so I really realize, understand more of how their business works. But that's the fascinating part. So they'll have an offer like the Oxford Club letter that's been running for 22 years, I think, or some craziness. And the bottom half of that letter physically never changes. The only thing that changes is the premium they give away.
Does that make sense? Did you catch that?
Yes.
Wow.
Is that the same as a MIFKI?
So MIFKI is a type of a premium. So most incredible free gift ever. That's just a premium. He's selling a newsletter, but the front end, the premium is what MIFKI is. So I bought the MIFKI because I wanted this. The reason I bought it, I wanted this. And you know how much I paid for that newsletter now? Like $800 or $900, right? Because I wanted this thing. Let that sink in. All right. And so the idea of the premium is you can get someone to say yes if you just like give them a little carrot. Right.
Can you do me a favor? I did not understand. Everybody in the audience was oohing and awing over this when Russell went up and started talking about the linchpin. He was explaining the linchpin. Can you just give me like a 1 minute? Did you get that, Steve, when he explained that? Did you understand what he was saying and how that worked?
No, I agree with you. I need a review. I think I was texting or something and I missed the first part.
But he's like, you just do this and it goes up. I'm like, what did you just do? And then I got it. And then I tried to repeat it to somebody and I realized I didn't get it. Maybe that'll be I don't know if you're able to concisely explain what that linchpin is.
I actually missed that part. Did you catch that one, Mike?
Yes. So if you think about it this way, your subscription, right? Your sub model it should always involve some type of like, hey, you're still bringing in that free item, like to pull them in, right? But then they're connected to your sub, which is the constant, which is the always, subscription model, what they call a subscription model, so that they're always going to be paying monthly. They may not pay the first week, just like hey, get in here for $1, you're going to get all these CDs back in the day, like that was a prime example, or music, right? But then they're paying monthly later on. That doesn't happen for 30 days, right? So how many people are really paying attention to, oh yeah, I should cancel that? That's the linchpin. They bring it in, they give you the free or really, really low price offer, and then subscription model down the line. Does that help?
Okay, so say you're selling a course. I don't sell courses. So say you're selling a course and the course costs $5,000. You're saying you immediately, at the time you sell the course, say, in addition to this course, I'm giving you access to my monthly course refresher newsletter. It's $99 a month, but the first month is free.
That could be a way to offer that. Absolutely.
Is that what other way is there to offer it? Because that's the only way I can sort of think about it.
In this context, you're leading with a low price offer that bleeds into a higher price subscription offer. So like in this one with Russell's newsletter, it was $30 for the starter pack first month, and you got this most incredible free gift ever, right? The premium. And then month 2, I was already signed up and authorized for a $97 a month subscription.
Yes, that's it.
So you'll have to help me set up one of those, because I'm not.
This is not just a typical funnel or a webinar. This is specifically attached to doing a subscription, which is a continual monthly offer, a payment.
For all my coaches out there who want like a monthly subscription model, it's a great way to do it. And this is actually what I'm doing as well. My third takeaway is you got to roll deep, right? If you want to apply these things, you need a crew, right? You need people to get you in check, get you accountable, because your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your best friend, nobody cares about your business. All right. I learned that the hard way. Nobody cares about my business. No one wants to hear about it. But you get into a room with other entrepreneurs and business owners, everyone wants to hear about your business. Right. And it's a safe place that you can come and grow and get your questions answered. Right. So that is the real reason why I do the FunnelFlow Mastermind. All right. So that was my crew at the Mastermind. Let's see. I met him last year. I met Brandon last year. I met Steve last year. Mike, We've been hanging out for a while. I met Andrew through a connection through Funnel Hacking Live, and Andrew brought Alexander here. And so more than anything at Funnel Hacking Live, I wanted a crew. I just wanted to roll together because there's power in numbers, and there's energy in it, right? It's hard launching a business. It's hard scaling a business. We need that energy. We need that weekly injection of just faith, right?
That's right.
So really, to answer your question, Aaron, how can you work with me? It's pretty, I have a Mifkey offer here. It's join the FunnelFlow Mastermind. It's 14-day free trial. Then it's $197 a month. When you sign up for a free trial, you get a complimentary in-depth marketing strategy one-on-one. We're gonna like map out your flywheel, right? We're gonna identify what your goals are, what you want to build, who your ideal client is. I have a whole onboarding worksheet. We're gonna get you fully onboarded. We're gonna get you set up with a simple lead generation funnel that whoever your ideal clients is, you want to capture and nurture. Like, we're gonna get that set up quickly, and then we'll go from there. So that's it for now.
Yes.
And we're out of time, but we have time for 2 takeaways from today.
I got a great one.
Okay, Steve, it's you.
Okay, so above everything that you pointed out, the biggest takeaway that I got was watching that whole thing is a big webinar, right? We agree on that, from Russell. What I saw, if we're gonna not funnel hack his thing, but business hack is his thing. He has a, like, you got to have a movement, right? That he created a movement. And so what I saw is his movement. He's creating all these opportunities with this great software that helps people make a lot of money, and the coaching within, and everyone's helping everybody and having success and enjoy their life. But ultimately it all goes towards funneling up to like super great like charities that actually change lives in the world, not just business people, but actual lives, like homeless people, or like in Africa, like villages that have nothing there. Now they're going to learn how to make funnels and have businesses, schools. So that's like the biggest thing. Every business should tie to an actual movement. And I've always heard that, but it clicked. We have to have a movement, each and every one of us.
Nice one, Steve.
That's the real thing.
That's good. Thank you. Bobby, Mr. Stoic, can you share a takeaway?
Yeah, I'm in the car with a buddy.
Next time.
Lost them.
Next week.
Can I share Alexander's real quick?
Yeah.
So Alexander was one of the guys in that group, joined us first time. He was like, whoa, wait a minute. He summarized it in this sentence. It was epic. He says, by the end of the day one, there was clarity.
It's loud in here. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's still in the background.
Hey, you there? You guys?
There's Bobby. He's alive. But yeah,
He's
so
muted.
he summarized it this way. He says, by the end of day one, it's clarity. By the end of day 2 and 3, there were answers. And by the end of day 4, there was transformation. So he went through this on his own, experiencing it whole fresh and new, but it was obviously those things that were sticking out to him. And I was like, wow, that's powerful. That's why you have a movement. And that's why you have so many people committed for years and years and years. So I was taking note on that one. It was epic.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, we're out of time, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
All right. Send me an email.
Thank you.
If you want to meet. And we'll talk soon. Okay.